Hey everybody, this is Glidercat, and it's time to play. We are back at Incremental Factory. Let's pick up where we left off. We've got a huge, sprawling factory complex here, as you can see on the screen. We've got two factories that we've built last episode. Steel factory and a silicon factory, and these guys are both exporting their products into headquarters. And what we're working towards in headquarters is trying to build these Gen 1 chips. And we want those so that we can make green science and start climbing up the tech tree. Going to take copper cables, which we're already making here, kind of at a deficit. We may want to spin up a factory for copper cables. Chips themselves, man, I'm just wondering if we should take these out of headquarters and see if we can make these in a different factory. Why don't we try that? Cables, but we need aluminum too. Much aluminum, 0.5. Should we do a copper factory? Yeah, separate copper factory to do the copper cables. Let's try that. So what I'm thinking of doing is we may have a factory that is a Gen 1 chip plant. That factory will export its chips into headquarters here, which is where we're sitting now. And that factory is going to take imports from two other factories. Silicon factory, which we just did last episode, and a new copper cables factory that we might do this episode. That's where my head is. Let's do a copper cable factory. We're going to change here. Move silicon back on the screen. Let's do the basic factory. I know we can unlock some new ones. Or we're close to being able to unlock a bigger size factory. But let's do this and let's make this guy a copper factory. Or cable factory. Copper cables, we'll call it factory. Let me drop the factory from all these names here. Copper cables, what do we need for copper cables? I'm sure we need a copper miner. I'm sure we need a copper smelter. What's the ratio on these? Smelter takes 2 ores, so it's 2 to 1 there probably, right? Copper miners, 1 copper smelter. We know energy is an issue, so let's get coal miner. Kind of wondering if eventually we would have a coal factory that's just exporting coal to multiple factories, but we'll keep it self-contained here. Now we're making some power with a coal miner and a coal power plant. Got 2 copper miners and a copper smelter. We're starting to get copper plates. Now we want to make cables out of these guys. Fortunately, we get 2 cables out of every plate. Energy still okay. Hovering between, 87 and 97%. Get a bunch more building slots. And power's looking good. Let's scale up. Let's double. So 2 more copper miners, another smelter, another cable extruder. Get 6 building slots left. Energy is now hovering around 90%. Ooh, dipping and down to 80%, 80 to 90. But we're producing a good amount of copper cables. I wonder if this could also be our silicon or aluminum plant. We need a little bit of an aluminum too. Should we? Let's try it. I'm gonna build aluminum smelter. And what did that get me? Aluminum. They're like a bauxite miner. This guy needs bauxite ore. There it is, bauxite miner. Okay, out comes the aluminum. Power is now getting pretty low. Coal is on the negative. We got room for 4 more buildings. Let's do a coal miner. Another power plant. See if we can get more aluminum going. Got plenty of bauxite. That's climbing pretty fast. What about a smelter? It takes 5 ore. We probably don't need that. Oh no, the bauxite miner kicks out 10 per cycle. Ah. Okay. So it's 1 bauxite for 2 aluminum smelters, I think. Bauxite is still heavily in the positive. Is it a power issue? It could be. Coal's at 0. Let's throw another coal miner down. See what that does to our power. Does it help? Barely, maybe? Hard to tell. Not accumulating it, that's for sure. Ore is climbing on the copper. Cables. Not sure what's going on with cables. What's going on with cables? Dates. Smelter. Miner puts out 1 every cycle. The smelter takes in 2 every cycle. The plates are being immediately turned into cables, but cables aren't climbing. Something's not right. Something's not right. Oh, if it's power, I've got no more room. I can't build any more buildings. I gotta take something back. A little concerned about these cables. It ticked up there. Like maybe a power thing, right? 2 coal power plants, 2 aluminum smelters. What if I take this down to 1 aluminum smelter? Helps our power quite a bit. Copper cable started climbing right when we did that. I think these guys are shutting down when they don't have power. Plates. Cables. Yeah, it's just not. Look at that. 0. The production's 0 on those. The ore. Not sure. My hunch is it's a power thing that these factories are fighting over the available power. So some are stopping. Meant to be copper cables factory. The aluminum is just a kind of a nice to have. I have the minimum setup for aluminum. Box 1 miner and 1 smelter. We don't need a lot of aluminum for the chips that we need to make, the Gen 1 chips. That's why I was thinking I could just throw it in this factory. Plates are climbing. Kind of don't know what to do. What about in back a copper miner? I'm just trying to save some energy here. Got an abundance of plates. I might take back the smelter too. Love to see some of that power go towards the cable production. What else could be missing here? Just copper plates. Why is this number not going up? Leave the factory and come back in and see if it's like that kind of an issue. Copper cables are kind of stuck at 750. Why are you not climbing? Got the plates. Plate for 2. Plates keep on climbing. Extruder. Add another just for the heck of it. Number is just not climbing. Maybe there's a maximum storage or something. Go back to the map. Let's build another factory. This one, we're going to do our circuits factory. Let's do it. We'll try and get by with these little ones for now. You back to the cables factory. We want to export these cables. We want to export the aluminum. These are both going to go into here. Silicon, we're going to move from headquarters into this guy. So I'm just going to click on this connection. It should delete it. Boom. Drag this over here. Oh, can I not? Oh, the small factories can only take 2 inputs. All right. All right. Never mind. Let's cancel this. Cancel this. Leave this guy over here somewhere. Let's go to the tech tree and see if we can add another unlock the bigger factory buildings that have more connections. So anywhere, headquarters, then research. Okay, advanced parcel, 48 buildings and 4 connections. Let's do it. Increase parcel limit to 12, research unlocked. Okay. That, boom. And yeah, we're slowly accumulating red science. So we'll let that keep going. Now let's see what we can do. Advanced. Add. Now this is going to be our chip factory. Now let's see if we can bring all these imports in. We're going to export chips into headquarters. That'll be our 4th connection. All right. Here comes the silicon, the cables, and the aluminum. We'll track down the problems with the cables in our cable factory later. Maybe it'll fix itself. In here, we want a chip plant. Boom. There it goes. Look at that. We're making chips instantly. This take power? Hey, it does, but you can see our energy efficiency is low. So let's do the whole coal miner, coal power plant kind of thing. Okay, energy's up. Now we're producing Gen 1 chips. Let's do another chip plant. Kind of a waste, 48 buildings. Oh man, to only export 1 product. We'll have to keep that in mind with our strategy. I'm limited on how many connections this factory can take, right? I think let's do the export. We'll just confirm. But I think once we do the export, that's going to be our last connection. Which means we're going to have a bunch of surplus capacity in here that we can't really make use of, right? 40 buildings. 44 buildings could be used for production. We might have to rethink it. But I can't make chips here. Can't make chips in one of the smaller parcels. There's just not enough. So for now, we'll do this. We'll call this Gen 1 chip. And I'll start removing the factory name maybe. Gen 1 chips, and we want to export those. Mark those for export. Go to the map. Send them over here. And now I've used up all my connections on that factory. Oh man, it's such a bummer. We could still do stuff in there and accumulate that resource. Like we could accumulate some building materials, then just shut off the chip exporting and turn on like bricks or something and let a whole bunch go to headquarters. We might do that. Oh. Wonder. I'm wondering right now, we have these coal power plants, right? If I had coal at headquarters, could those coal power plants still work? Let's test that theory. I want to see if I can get rid of having coal miners here at each factory. Imagine we still need the power plants to generate the power local. What if we didn't have the coal? Could a coal power plant be fueled off of coal that's sitting at headquarters? Let's test it. Oh, we've got a bunch sitting at headquarters. I know the answer already. I think it's going to be no. What happens to our energy? We're going all over the place. 93, 94. 94 is kind of the peak energy that we're seeing up here at the top left. I'm going to get rid of my coal miner. I want to see if that goes down. Once our coal goes down to 0. That's going to take forever. I wonder if we can pull coal. 95 actually went up. Went up because our coal miner, we're not using it. Let's try another factory on that. It doesn't have a lot of coal. This guy doesn't have a lot of coal. His peak energy is at 95. If I take off the coal miner, yeah, that's our answer right there. We can't just automatically import coal. We could have a coal plant that is sending a separate coal factory that is sending coal out, but it would only be able to send to 2 factories. And it's going to use up their inputs. Oh, or it's going to use up their connections. So yeah, limited there. All right. I'm doing everything I can do here at the chip plant. Plates. Oh, you got iron plates. Maybe we don't know how you got iron plates. Copper cables. 1 chips. Do another plant. Yeah, let's do the coal miners. I know we're gonna need them. Do another power plant. We've got a bunch of room for extra buildings, so we may as well go for max power. Oops. Oh, energy 110%. Wonder if we get a boost by having surplus energy. Probably shouldn't be able to do that. 1 chips. 2 more. Oh, building cost. 350 steel for each one of those. Energy's at 101. Take a look at the map. Okay, we're getting 1 per second. Gen 1 chips into headquarters. Let's now build our green science laboratory if we can. Steel's kind of an issue. We're just about there though. 180. Let's do that. Steel. 160 bricks are doing great because we ramped that up early. Same thing with iron plates. Yeah, this guy's going to chew up copper cables, which we don't have a lot of here. Let's go ahead and fire up the green science laboratory. That unlocked the blue science laboratory. And then we're making copper cables local here. We're going to need to ramp that up. Let's do it. Looks like copper miner. Smelter takes 2. Let's do 4 copper miners, 2 copper smelters. Power's at 100%. Ask me how with a single coal power plant. Must get some kind of power bonus or something at headquarters. As energy's at 100%, we have way more factories going. Yeah, now we're trying to ramp up copper cables. Plates are climbing. Let's get an extruder. Let's do a little more of that. 2 miners, smelter, another extruder. Now copper cables are starting to climb. That's fine. We get a surplus of those. That's great. Gen 1 chips are increasing. Amazing. About another, we can't do another laboratory until we get 180 steel. We wanted to ramp up steel. Got a couple options. One would be switch over to an advanced factory, right? For this instead of this basic factory. The other option would be to use another basic factory and just maybe import steel into the steel factory. Basically duplicate this and chain it together. Got 1 connection left. Could try that. Do it. Do it for fun. Kind of want to use up these basic factories. Do this. It's going to be Steel Factory 2. And what do we have? 4 iron smelters, 2 coal miners. 4 iron smelters, 2 coal miners, 1 coal power plant. 8 iron miners, steel mill. 8 iron miners and a steel mill. We're going to export steel. This is going to be steel. Steel 2. Change this one to steel mill 1. Then let's export this steel into here. See how that works. Yeah, check it out. Now we're applying a bunch more steel into headquarters. That's all working pretty good. There's no more connections for this little guy. We could chain this together. I think we could chain this together more. That's one way to make use of these little basic buildings. Kind of bum this Gen 1 chip building just because of the inputs, the way we've got it set up. Not getting the max production. What we should probably do is pull in production, right? Pull in silicon production just into this factory since it's so huge. Even these two we could probably pull into this factory since we had to go with an advanced building. We'll see. We may change that up. All right, let's take a look at headquarters and see what's going on. We're accumulating green science now. Take a look at the research tree. I've got 635 red. Let's do it. Increase parcel limit to 12. Sure. Or reduce energy consumption by 8%. I'm guessing that's red. Let's do that one. Boom. That I kind of like, that idea. Yeah, for this, chaining these together, this kind of feels like it makes sense for building materials. In fact, we could get rid of these 2 low-level factories and make them bricks and basically do the same thing. Then we wouldn't need all these kilns and stuff in here. We could just import bricks into headquarters. Kind of like that idea. Then we'd basically pull in silicon factory into here. How many buildings you have? You've got 16 buildings. But I've got a bunch of room in my Gen 1 back. I got room for 38 more buildings. Could easily bring these 2 factories into Gen 1 chips. And then free up these guys, I guess, to just do a steel pipeline or brick pipeline or whatever. What other basic material we need. Kind of like that idea. Let's do bricks. While we're waiting for science and stuff. Power steel plates real quick. I want to see steel. Look at steel. Awesome. That's awesome. We've had to wait on steel, the building material, for a while. I'm looking at the bottom left of the screen here. I like it. Yeah, let's do ourselves a little upgrade here. Got this parcel here. Let's make this bricks. We need a kiln, stone miners, a coal miner, a coal plant. Then our ratio. This guy takes 2 stone. So 2 stone miners per kiln. More and another one. Power looks good. I don't know why we're seeing these copper cables, aluminum, and all this stuff. This is a brand new factory. I don't know why that's showing up there. But this is going to be stone, brick. This will be brick. And brick factory. I was going to get rid of the word factory, but I'll leave it. For these smaller ones, brick factory 1. I've got 8 more buildings. Coal is holding steady. Power looks great. Pull up this stuff, or at least go 2 more stone miners. Another kiln. Bricks kicking out at 3 per second. Power's still great. Coal's a little tiny bit negative. I've got 5 more buildings. So how about 2 more stone miners? Another kiln. Another coal miner, maybe? Okay, power's at 110. Stone's at 12. Kicking out bricks at 4 per second. Pretty darn good. That looks really good to me. We're getting coal ash as a byproduct. I'm wondering what we're going to have to do with that. If that's going to be a nuisance for us. Kind of just sitting there, making me wonder, is this something we're going to have to handle later? Don't really know. Yeah, we're benefiting from our energy bonus that we unlocked earlier in the tech tree. What could we do? We got 1 more building. I might as well put it to use. Got the extra energy. Don't have surplus stone. Let's just add another stone miner. I mean, we could do anything really. Wanted to have just a bunch of iron available, we could do it. Let's do another stone miner. Just let that stone accumulate. Then let's mark our bricks for export. Go to the map. Oh, yeah, the cost of doing this is we're chewing up connections to headquarters. But we'll do it. For now, at least. There's our brick factory. Maybe we just... Well, we could do more than one. These showing 0 per second. Their max brick? 2250. That's no longer climbing. But I can get rid of all these kilns. I get rid of these stone miners. Maybe that's the max storage. Looks like it is, right? 2250? 2250? Fine. I'm going to leave things the way they are. Power's looking great. We're at a surplus. Green science. Got 600 red science. It unlocks the construction hub, making local resources globally available for construction. Man, that's kind of cool. So now our main hub is the only one, like our headquarters is the only one that can share building materials. It looks like that tech tree item changes that. Looks like you can build this construction hub. Local resources globally available for construction. We're not bumping up into space limitations in our headquarters yet. We've got room for more buildings. It's not a problem. Increase the parcel limit to 12. We've got, yeah, let's do that. Boom. Upgrade the parcel limit to 16 or the construction hub. Can't do that one yet. We don't have enough of the whatever green science, I guess. But we can do this construction hub. I guess let's do it. Oil processing, oil refinery, oil well, plastic plant, and sulfur plant. One actually feels a little more compelling. Let's do that one. Oil processing. Check it out. We've got a factory complex here going. That one again is showing for bricks export. That's showing 0 just because the headquarters is loaded with, I guess, as many bricks as we can hold. 2250. But I've gotten rid of all the kilns and the stone miners at headquarters. So now we have 30 building slots available at headquarters. I'm guessing I want to pursue the next chip, but let's take a second and look at what's going on here. We got tons of surplus silicon come in. That was from before when we had a silicon plant connected directly up to headquarters. We don't anymore. We don't have any silicon being produced here. Gen 1 chips, 1217. Those are used for green science. Cables is our issue. We have a cable problem. Um, we could try and ramp up that production. Let's do a little bit of that. My copper smelter takes 2, so 2 to 1. So let's do 2 more copper miners. Copper smelter. Feels like we need to import cables here. Yeah, in order to produce the green science at headquarters. That might be a remote factory. And we did it for the chip production. Let's take a look. We had issues with this too. It is exporting at 2 per second now, this factory. Their copper cable factory, although, boy, oh yeah, it's all being exported. I think this rate, yeah, is showing how much is accumulating in the factory. 12 of 16 buildings, 113 energy. The problem is if we do import, we import copper cables into headquarters, we're going to use up one of the connections. What about that new building? Resource hub or whatever. Is that in here? Right? Didn't we just unlock? Oh no, we didn't. We went for the oil. Whoops, let's see. Yeah, this one. We need 17 more research or 16 more green science. Then we can unlock this construction hub. And maybe we could do a copper cable factory. Just share those with everybody. Oh man, that would be pretty cool. If we did that, we could make a huge copper cable factory. Make it a resource hub so we don't need export connections or using up people's import connections. And then our Gen 1 chip production could use those cables automatically, and our headquarters could use those cables for making the green science. That sounds like it would be pretty cool. Not sure if that's how it works. We would need to unlock that research. Wrong button. This one right here unlocks the construction hub. Who knows how much power it takes and everything. Making local resources globally available for construction. We're 8 green science away. Make it 7 green science. While we're in here waiting, what else do we got? Large parcel. Oh, this one. 64 building slots, but only 2 connections. That seems like something you might want to pair up with this construction hub so you don't need to use up your super limited connections for exporting products. Upgrade the parcel limit to 16. We're not even close to needing that yet. Reduce energy consumption by another 8%. That feels like a plus no matter what. Node parcel. 1 building, 8 connections. Oh man. Building, 8 connections. What would you use that for? Not sure. Guess if you had 1 stinky building, though, that's not much. I mean, we could make chips and import all the ingredients and export chips or something. But man, you'd need a bunch of those nodes. 1 building doesn't get you a lot of production. Interesting, though. Improved electronics, Gen 2 chip plant. That all makes sense. Part of the tech tree, right? For chasing the science packs, probably. Blueprint library. Thing. 3, just tech tree stuff, looks like. Gen 4, Gen 5. Just like basically allowing us to do the next level science packs, but there's a lot of production there, it looks like. Advanced Deposition Center. Beacons. And this is all the research we've completed so far. All right. Let's Donald, let's unlock that tech. I think I've stalled enough where we can research this construction hub. Yeah, we got 70 green. Let's do it. Boom. And then just out of curiosity, we're going to end the episode here, but let's look at the copper cables factory and see, can we place a research hub or something? Construction hub takes 250 gears. Oh man. But I think we have those in headquarters. And 100 Gen 1 chips. Oh man, to make a research hub. Make a construction hub. Gen 1 chips. Check those real quick. Then we'll wrap this episode up and we'll pursue this maybe next time. Gen 1 chips. Hey, we're doing awesome on those. We have tons. Yeah, maybe next episode, that's what we do. See if we can ramp up. Maybe create a brand new factory that's maximizing copper cables for export without having to use connections. This factory will benefit from it, and so will headquarters, if it works the way I think. Yeah, pretty cool. Not bad. We built another couple factories. Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. This is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this series on Incremental Factory. Again, this is a game that's in early access, still under very active development. Cool game. I want to thank Glidercat patrons and channel members for their support of the Glidercat channel. Deeply, deeply appreciate that. I'll see you all in the next episode.